Mhm.
what really stood up in my mind is the word intention.
Mhm.
And I have to admit to you, I had a session with Andironda. You know Andironda from Marilyn Harper?
Mhm.
Marilyn Harper channels Andironda in the Council of Light.
Mhm.
Well, I had a session with her because I really wanted to know if this is like what I'm supposed to do. Is this my path?
Mhm.
And is my singing my path? And is the healing my path? And one of the things she said, just like you, was the intention that it doesn't matter what modality you use for
Mhm.
healing.
Mhm.
She stated that very clearly. So when I did the healing and used your script with Alex that night, there was just something that compelled me, something very strong within me that said, Dina was freaking out. I'm going to go get antihistamines. I even considered the hospital at one point because it was really bad, because it wasn't just a rash. It had
Mhm.
like bubbles on it. It was really bad. And something inside me told me, take the script and go downstairs and do it now.
Mhm.
And as I used the script, I just sort of like, I don't know how you would call it if you had the experience. Just felt this energy around me.
Mhm.
And I just, could hear your voice saying the intention, focus on the intention that his legs were clear and all that. And one thing I also used was the violet flame, because I did a lot of yoga nidra with this girl in Greece. She's very spiritual.
Mhm.
I had to clear a lot of blockages. It took a long time. And a lot of the organs that I had removed from my body, she helped me to, what would you call that now? It doesn't come in in English, to cry it off, it took me a while. I lost my uterus, I lost my thyroid. Those were shocks for me.
Mhm.
And so I had to go through a grieving process. Other people may not feel like that, but I had to go through a grieving process. So the important thing was the intention. And to what you said, again, you said to me, uh, to ask the higher self to take over if whenever it is needed, so that it can assist with the healing. And I sort of asked that,
Mhm.
and it just it and then I don't know, it just came very naturally. I closed my eyes for the
Mhm.
5 minutes, and I did that breathing that I did when I clear. It's as if I was clearing something from him.
Mhm.
And I kept yawning like for 3, 4, 5 times. I don't know how much it was, but it was one of those weird yawnings that I had when you healed me, when you were doing the healing. And then when I opened my eyes and I took a look at his legs, it was totally gone.
Mhm.
So the thing, and okay, so that was the first time. The second time, I did a clearing on Kyriakos. He called me from work. He said I have a very bad headache.
Mhm.
He works in the IT department, the computer. And so they have a lot of things there. And he went to the basement. I didn't know that. He told me, I'm in the basement now. Like I said to him, do you have like a room where you can just, leave, be on your own so I can do something to you? And so what I started doing was using your script. I did the take deep breaths,
Mhm.
which would help him calm down. Then I would say any noise you hear around you or the sound of my voice will make you deeper, will make you more relaxed. And I said, just imagine a nice bubble of light, around you, healing you and stuff like that. And I also did a clearing. Adironda, Marilyn Harper told me, you
Mhm.
must do a clearing. She said, I deliberately clear and seal this space around Kyriakos, above and below, on all sides and all directions. It is very imperative that you do that before you start any session. I did that with Alex and I did
Mhm.
that with Kyriakos.
Mhm.
And after I said, first after I did the, every sound you hear, I just held the intention and I called in the violet flame. Do
Hmm.
you know about the violet flame?
No, I do not.
Okay, my yoga nidra teacher told me that whenever I want some clearing done, I can call in the violet flame. The
Hmm.
violet flame is a purple color. I don't know if you've ever seen it. And why did I trust her and use the violet flame? Because during my awakening in 2014, 15, 16, when I was taken to Mount Olympus, I started taking pictures of the mountain.
Hmm.
And all of a sudden, there would be this um, purple color in the surroundings in the camera. And
Hmm.
so I wondered for a long time what that was, because I said, I can't be we taking pictures and we see purple color. And
Hmm.
then along came Allahe. Do you know how Allahe, the Pleiadian?
No, I know of the Palladians, but I don't know Allah. Hmm.
Allahe. Yeah, if you put in Allahe the Pleiadian, he's got some videos on. He's very spiritual too.
Hmm.
And he said that flame and I didn't see only the violet flame in the pictures. I saw a bandwidth of light coming down in the
Hmm.
forest. So what that was, it was a clearing. It's like Mother Earth, which is an entity, has this mechanism of actually clearing herself. It does
Hmm.
actually. It's just, you know I, I don't know how it does it.
Hmm.
And so this violet flame is, if you put in Saint Germain and the
Hmm.
violet flame,
Hmm.
read all about it. Okay, just read all about it. But because I've seen it so many times and they
Hmm.
showed it to me in pictures, I decided to use it. And so when I just called upon the violet flame to clear everything around Kiriako,
Hmm.
and you know what? At that point, I tried to hold the space, but the stupid buzzer um, from the door, somebody rang because we had a package.
Hmm.
And I said, oh my God, how am I going to hold this space? And I went to get the package and I came back and sat in the chair and I was trying to hold the space. And then the doorbell rang again. And then I came back and I said, Kiriako, I said to him these words, this was intuitive. I don't know, something told me to do this.
This is good. You're trusting yourself. Hmm.
Yeah, please jump up and down, shake your energy around, and
Hmm.
stretch for me. And it's gone, hun.
Hmm.
And he said that by the time he went to this office, which was 1 minute by the stairs, it was totally gone.
Hmm. That's actually really fantastic. You're trusting, I mean, you're tapping into your own innate ability to heal. Like you're trusting yourself. That's where the true healing is. And you're trusting your intention and your intuition.
Yes.
Hmm.
And then I did a hypnosis on Dino because he had COVID about a month ago, like we all did again.
Hmm.
And he had this bad cough. I mean, 3 weeks of coughing, 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 cough with no sputum. I mean, just coughing.
Hmm.
And I don't think it was, well, it wasn't pathological. As a nurse, you get to, after so many years of working, when something is wrong and you have to rush somebody to the hospital because something doesn't just look good or
Hmm.
sound good. So I said to him, you know what? I think it's just your fear and all that or something. We have to do a clearing, I said. So I did a clearing and I did ask your method again, the
Hmm.
intention. I did ask for the safest way because coughing, is a mechanism that it might not be able to heal instantaneously because it is a mechanism that um, that's why you're not supposed to take cough suppressants.
Yeah. Trying to get something
It's
out of the
very
body.
dangerous. It's very
Hmm.
dangerous. So I said the safest way for him, when I was doing and so within a week,
Hmm.
I saw day by day a gradual decrease. And I could tell, I could set, because I knew when he came home and when he woke up in the morning, I didn't hear as much coughing. And then it would get less and it would get less and it would get less. And now he would maybe cough once during the whole night.
Hmm.
So that really helped him. There, nothing came to me, just your script and my and my the intention.
Well, thank you for sharing all this. Yeah.
The intention, yeah, and the visualization, very important too. Like
Mm-hmm.
just focus on your mind and visualize that it's already complete. Um, I did a session on a girl who's a friend of mine who has multiple sclerosis. Now, she doesn't want to be healed because
Mm-hmm.
she gets an added gain from this
Yes.
money from the government. And I know that. She told me I don't want to be healed because I would have no way of living.
Mm-hmm.
You know that a lot of people don't want. But she does have severe constipation.
Mm-hmm.
This girl who was abused as a child and as an adult, not sexually but physically and verbally.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I tried to relax her, but you know people in muscular sclerosis, they're very tense. Have you seen them? They're
Mm-hmm.
so tense. They're
They're very,
like
very tense. Yes.
they can't move around. She's like a skeleton now, but she's still walking. And she will not allow herself to relax. So I
Mm-hmm.
did, the first part will take tell me when you don't feel anything in the numbers, and she couldn't go pipe past the uh tell me when the numbers drop.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to her again, well, tell me again when the numbers drop. And so I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and I could tell that she could not relax. I felt it.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, well, anyway, skip that. I'm just going to keep on going and maybe I can get through her, her higher self some other way.
Mm-hmm.
And so I did the script. I asked for the healing. She could not open her eyes after. It
Mm-hmm.
took me so long. She just wouldn't open her eyes, but I did manage to get her back. She said that she didn't really, fall asleep or whatever, relax or anything. But you know what they told me? They told me, I felt like they were telling me to tell her. And it's not a voice. It's like something just tells you to do it. It's a little bit bizarre.
Mm-hmm.
Um, that she needs, I need to tell her to do some kind of relaxation before she goes to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they told me, so she can relax. She can learn how to relax her body. She's so tense that she's tensed up her intestines. They're not gonna have any, what do you call it? Movement.
Mm-hmm.
She's so tense that she's strangling her very intestines.
Mm-hmm.
So she needs to practice relaxation before. I told her that you need to practice relaxation before you go to sleep. Even counting numbers, I said, one, two, whatever. Just as long as you think, one, I'm relaxing my hand. Two, relaxing, I was telling her all this. And then I said, talk to your body. Put your hand on your tummy and talk to your body and really say that you love it. And whatever comes to you, I said, but you need to love yourself. You need to give love to yourself, and you need to relax. You need to learn how to relax. So I felt like her higher self, yeah, did hear me, but it wasn't willing to go that extra mile to help her because they want an effort from her.
Yes, that's correct.
And
And
that's what I was getting.
mhm. And also, I wanted to bring up for people listening is that as she was saying before, the guide work, like the course, is just a general, like it's a general standard foundation. It will work by itself, but it's designed to move you into the direction so that eventually you will start getting intuitions from your higher self, and like you will get things that are not necessarily in the course, but they apply to you, like in your specific situation, because you were tapping into the higher self and you were being guided to the other healer to use and also using the purple light. And everyone may not be using our purple light, but for you specifically, that's what works for you, and that's what the higher self
Yeah.
wanted you to use, and that the higher self told you to have the young man stand up and shake it off, and told you about the relaxing. And then people watching this is that the more you do this, the more you're actually going to start getting these strong intuitions of things the higher self wants you to do. So what you're doing is actually spot on. Like you're really developing your own way of doing this. So.
Okay, yeah. But I just want to tell whoever's going to hear this is that sometimes you might not get that instantaneous healing, but that's okay. Just follow your intuition and see what they give. They always give me something.
Yes.
They always
Yeah.
give you something. They don't leave you like that. So maybe it's because this girl needed to learn something. So by learning this, she'll not only improve her gut, but she'll improve something else. So
That's true. I mean, in many cases, they can see things on a multidimensional level that we can't see. Like, for instance, the girl, well, she never wanted to heal to begin with, so she already has like a victim mentality that she needs. Not like talking down on her, because victim consciousness is just seeing yourself as powerless. So she thinks she needs the illness to stay healthy, and then the higher self could see something where by her doing this simple thing and healing herself will actually pave the way for her to be open to other things and to take back her power. But if we just
yes,
do it for her, then it's not, she'll just revert back because she's not taking any ownership of her power. So they have,
right.
so it's really good to trust and understand they actually always know the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And her the issue was they also told me to tell her to start walking and going around the block
Hmm.
because she's not doing that. She might go out for shopping, the supermarket, but that's it. But she needs to get back into moving her body.
Hmm.
So those are the kind of things. I haven't done anything else because nothing's come up, but I have talked to some people and I'm waiting to see if they're willing for me to help them.
Those are
And
fantastic. What you've done already is fantastic. It's some more than most people have the courage to do. Because usually when sometimes people start doing this, they get afraid to start going out and at least trying it. So you've done a lot in a very short amount of time.
yeah, it's a short amount of time, but I remembered what you said, and I remembered what Anderonda said. Intention, no
Yes.
matter what modality you use, it's your intention
Yes.
and visualization.
Hmm.
Those were spot on, spot on.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong without that.
I agree. I agree.
It's the secret recipe.
It
Because she
is.
told me, don't get caught up in the modality. You know how she changes her voice.
Mhm.
Randy Rana has this funny way. Don't get caught up in the modality. You are a healer.
Yeah. Focus. Yeah, it's the intention. That's the secret. That's the special sauce. Is the
Yeah,
intention. Yeah.
exactly.
Brilliant.
Exactly.
Brilliant. Mhm.
So, well, I hope I keep on asking my higher self to bring me like the right clients, and I keep doing that every night, please bring me those who need helping and who I can assist. And right now I'm not making any money or not charging. I'm just doing practice, but I'm loving every part of it. So I'm
Mhm.
still waiting for more and more.
Mhm. Um, yeah, just and also ask your higher self if you have any beliefs that are getting in the way of you attracting paying clients, then they can clear that from you as well. Because sometimes we have beliefs that are getting in the way. And I'm not saying this is the all-knowing rule, but in my opinion, it's a very strong rule, and it that many times you have to ask the higher self for something if you specifically want it. So, and usually if something's not coming right away, um, you can ask for the belief to be cleared, or if you specifically ask for something and a belief needs to be cleared, then they'll clear it anyway. So, in your specific case, odds are they are working on clearing any beliefs that are preventing you from having paying clients that you
Well,
seek.
you did clear me, and that was in 3 days. 3 days. My God, what happened to me? I was just like 3 hours in the.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, sometimes clearings can result in physical manifestations. If having to go to the bathroom frequently, I've experienced that as well myself. It's really so for
It's
those
really,
listening.
it's not pleasant, but if it's necessary, well, you
Yeah,
know,
sometimes for those watching, sometimes clearings will manifest in the physical in the body, like as having the need to go to the bathroom or purge, things like that. So
mhm,
mm. I have to
okay,
laugh. I've experienced that too. It's not
yeah, okay, so.
it's not incredibly pleasant, but I guess it has to get out. So right.
Is this video for your students to see?
Oh yes. Mhm.
Oh, so you're recording it for that. So can I talk to you after without
Oh, sure, sure.
without?
Just let me know what I can turn off. I just wanted to ask you a few other questions about the course.
Yes.
Just
Okay.
so okay. So what made you decide to actually to take the course and learn it? Was it a healing session with me, or was it something in particular?
Why did I take the course? First of all, you had a student here in Greece, and I had gone to him, but I had not found any. Um, well, I didn't see something
Hmm.
um, uh, with his practice, so I started reading some books, and it was just something my higher self was telling me, or my Nate, do this, do this. It all has to do with it, this will help you. And so I asked this teacher then 3 years ago, well, who was your teacher? And
Hmm.
so he recommended you. And so that's how I found you. Or I wouldn't have found any, I don't know. I wasn't really searching then, in the United States who I can find. The only thing I had known was Dolores Cannon's books, and it just never crossed my mind. Well, I should look up QHHT and see who's teaching it. But
Hmm.
for some reason, I was to meet you.
Hmm. Yeah,
For
I
some
think
reason,
yeah,
yeah.
usually most of the students I have are guided by their higher self in some way or another.
Yes,
Mhm.
I was to meet you, and it's one of the best things I've done
Awesome,
because
yeah.
I did learn a lot. And
Mhm.
even the extras you gave, I mean, really opened my eyes to um, um, the atrocities that they did using this method. So, yeah, I'm a person of the light. I'm a person, I cannot work without the light.
I'm here. I totally agree with you.
And I want to continue on that path. And I've stated that very many times.
Mhm. Well, yeah, I mean, usually people who come to the course, they do want to work with the light, they want to help people, and that's how it should be.
Yeah,
One other
because
thing, I'm sorry,
yeah,
please continue.
no,
Mhm.
because I as a nurse,
Mhm.
I want to help people before. I saw a lot of things in the hospital, and believe me, a lot of things could have been prevented. But I wish more people could learn this because, this way people can have another option instead of just going into a hospital.
Mhm.
If we could prevent them from going, that would be great. It's not an easy, when you go into the hospital, it's not easy.
Mhm.
Sometimes you need to go to the hospital for certain things, but I'm sure there's ways we can become much more better and healthier, and by clearing all the stuff, because it's really feelings that are just entangled and boggled and just stuffed in there that need to get out, and and then that those feelings are just pushing the body and the organs, and depending on where you get the illness or disease, it's telling you something. I've read The Soul Speaks with uh the one that you recommended. I saw that you recommended that for students. That was good. And I also read Louise Hay. She
Mhm.
has also a very, very good book about how the body speaks. And so I don't know if you've recommended that, but I've
Oh,
read that
yes,
too.
I definitely recommend that. I thank you for
Yeah.
reminding me to add that to the course.
Louise Hay. She is
Yes.
and that again, Louise Hay was brought up by my yoga nidra, which is more spiritual work, okay?
Mhm.
Because I want to work, I I want to develop spiritually.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's a painstaking process. It's
Yes.
different than hypnosis.
Oh,
It's
yes.
very different. It's much harder. Not everybody can do it.
Mhm. But yeah,
And
it does require a bit of it to spiritual growth for the course as well,
yeah,
because
I'm not
yeah,
taking the course. That's
yeah,
healing for me.
yeah.
And I think even we need healing.
We
Let's
all
not
do.
forget,
We all do need healing. Even I do. Everyone does. That's why we're all here to help
everyone
each
does.
other.
So that's
Mhm.
not shameful, if
Mhm.
and it's okay to talk about it.
I agree. Most people are
I've done
ashamed to talk about
I've
these
done
things.
so many I've done so many healings, and I tell you, I've done spiritual response therapy.
Mhm.
It's with the crystal, if you look it up. I've done Reiki. I've done cosmoenergetics. I've done crystal therapy. The only things that I found that really helped me were the quantum healing and the yoga nidra,
Mhm.
more spiritual.
Yeah.
I've done so. I've gone through that, trying various things. I'm
Well,
sure there's a million other things out there, but you know, but
well, thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate you taking the time to share this. I want to ask you one last question, and I guess we'll wrap
yeah,
it up, and you can ask me questions after. For so people in the course, or people in the course, or in the course, and people who are watching, a part of the reason that this course works so well is we do clearings for people, so we clear the beliefs out of people to make it easier for them. And sometimes people are wondering what that's like. Is it scary or is it comfortable? And since you've actually experienced these clearings, I believe we did a clearing with you to help you
yeah,
do this and to
yeah.
be more in touch. Could you share with everyone what that was like for you and any
Okay.
advice, any suggestions?
Um, I must admit that when you do the therapy, when you do the quantum healing on me,
Mhm.
I mean, wow, and I'm very open to that, and I trust it, and I
Mhm.
believe it. So when you did the healing, you said in 3 days you would be cleared. In 3 days on Sunday morning, I woke up with vertigo.
Mhm.
It was awful. And I ended up in the washroom
Mhm.
releasing probably stuff from past lives
Yeah.
from my gut because I spent 3 hours on the toilet. I thought I was
Mhm.
going to faint in the end.
Mhm.
And I must admit, I have witnessed this with my husband.
Mhm.
You did that clearing the first time, and we went to the hospital, but not to scare anybody. But we went to the hospital because he was low on fluids. I could have put
Mhm.
an IV line, but I said, well, we'll take you and put some fluids into to you. But
Mhm.
he was vomiting, and he had diarrhea. And sometimes it's necessary for the higher self to do something like this. It probably is. When that happened the first time on my husband, I knew it was a catharsis. It was a
Mhm.
major catharsis from past lives and when he was a kid.
Oh
And it's
yes.
necessary. I think it's really necessary. And I must admit that when you did the clearing with me, it really set me off after. I
Mhm.
just went, see, I just did Alex and I did Kyriakos. I even cleared, I didn't tell you, I even cleared my headache.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I had a headache for 3 days.
Mhm.
It was um so profound, and I don't get headaches, but it was something with astrological something. I can't remember. It was about a week ago. So and I don't take any Tylenol and so paracetamol. I usually don't take it. I avoid everything. And then that day I said to myself, well, I'm gonna take it. It was the third day. I'll take the damn paracetamol. Of course, it didn't work because that works within half an hour. So
Mhm.
after about 3 hours, I went to do my nails. And while I was doing my nails, I said, you know what? I'm gonna do the hypnosis thing while she's doing my nails. So I just relaxed, and she was holding my hands, and she was just, what they do in a manicure, and she was putting some cream on my hands, and I said, hey, I walked through that script. I closed my eyes. The girl must have thought I was cuckoo, but anyway, um, and lo and behold, the headache left.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, for everyone watching, you can not only use this on others, as you can use it for yourself. It's meant to use on yourself and to help others. So
And
yeah,
that
it's a
was the
beautiful
first
thing.
time I ever cleared a headache from myself.
Yeah, yeah, you definitely
And
naturally
it wasn't the
intended this.
paracetamol because that would
No,
have worked like within half an hour.
no, it
I
was
mean,
you. It was you.
had gone by. And
Yeah.
it was one of those, tension headaches. It was just pounding here in the front.
Mhm.
And that was it. It was gone.
Brilliant, brilliant. Awesome. Well, thank you for sharing this. I really appreciate this. I'm just going to stop the recording now so you can ask me some questions. But
Okay.
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 All right.
Thanks.
Thank you. Oh no, no, let's see here. I can stop recording.